Welcome to part 35 of our series, Secrets of Glessner House. In this installment, we will begin an exploration of the bathrooms in this house, starting with a brief overview of life before indoor plumbing. The Glessners were both born in central Ohio in the 1840s. The concept of indoor plumbing in their homes, shown here, would have been unknown at the time, so it was their generation that saw the advent of the technology that was among the most significant advancements of the 19th century. During their childhood, they would have been familiar with things such as the water pump to provide fresh water, as well as the ubiquitous outhouse and the chamber pot for night use. The Glessners arrived in Chicago in December 1870 and soon set up housekeeping in a rented home on Park Avenue just west of Union Park. The house did have at least minimal indoor plumbing, as indicated by a quote from John Glessner regarding the Great Chicago Fire. Quote, "Of course, everybody was without water, and when the maid came to me to say she could get none from the tap, and it was wash day morning, I went to the kitchen, and upon examination found a large cistern full of beautiful, clear water that we used for everything except drinking." Unquote. Cisterns were used to collect rainwater and were quite common at the time. The Glessners had a cistern when they moved to Prairie Avenue, too. Chicago's rapid development in the mid-19th century put it in the forefront of the development of indoor plumbing. The Boston engineer Ellis Chesbrough came to Chicago in 1855 to address the serious drainage issues of the city built on a swamp, and he developed the first comprehensive system of underground sewers in the United States. The enormous undertaking involved the lifting of buildings in downtown by as much as 8 feet, as seen in the raising of the Briggs House Hotel at Wright. Chicago was also blessed with a pure water supply from Lake Michigan, although the water became increasingly polluted with sewage and industrial waste in the Chicago River, which emptied into the lake. In 1866, the first underground tunnel was completed, allowing drinking water to be obtained from 2 miles offshore. By 1869, Chicago's iconic water tower and adjacent pumping station were completed to make that system fully functional. Although the Glessners' new home on Prairie Avenue would have multiple bathrooms, the family spent nearly 5 months of the year at their summer estate, The Rocks, where indoor plumbing was all but non-existent for many years. On the left is a view of George's bedroom at The Rocks, and at far left can be seen a washstand with pitcher and bowl. On the right is the washstand in a servant's bedroom on Prairie Avenue, including the splash cloth on the wall to protect it from water. The 4 female servants shared a bathroom, so they each had a washstand in their room for convenience. In place of an outhouse, the Rocks had what were known as earth closets inside the house. The earth closet was invented in England in the early 1870s and consisted of a seat with a pail underneath to collect waste. A hopper behind was filled with clean, dry dirt. After the user was finished, they turned a handle that would release a small portion of dirt into the pail, covering the contents and eliminating any odor. When the pail was emptied, the contents would have been deposited into the garden for use as fertilizer. Instructions for the footman on the right indicate the maintenance of the earth closets fell to him. Another issue resulting from lack of indoor plumbing was the need for a portable bathtub. As the name suggests, the tub would be moved from room to room for individual use. But fortunately, this was in the era before the concept of daily bathing became common. As noted on the right, the responsibility for the tub fell to the housemaid. In addition to moving the tub as needed, this would have also involved heating water and filling and emptying the tub. When the Glessners engaged H. Richardson to design their new home on Prairie Avenue, plans were made for multiple bathrooms. These included 5 full bathrooms for family, guests, and servants, 2 partial bathrooms, and several additional rooms such as dressing rooms which would be equipped with sinks. Here we see the plan of the first floor. The Glessner's bathroom is marked at top with a red star. The partial bathroom for the use of guests, located off of the main hall, is marked at the bottom with a blue star. John Glessner noted that Richardson insisted on a few extravagances. Quote, "Imported wash bowls from the English factories of Meyer Sniffen, because more generous in size than those to be had here, and silver plate on plumbing fixtures, though nickel would have been cheaper and have given less care." Unquote. On the second floor, the children each had a full bathroom, marked with a red star, adjacent to their bedrooms. These bathrooms would have been shared with occupants of the guest rooms. The female and male servants' bathrooms are shown at the right with green stars. Despite the large number of bathrooms in the house, John Glessner later wrote that he wished there had been 3 more, one off of the schoolroom, a full bathroom for the female guest room, and a full bathroom for the butler on the 3rd floor. The building specifications list all of the fixtures required for the bathrooms, as well as the kitchen, pantries, and the stable. Toilets are consistently referred to as water closets, and bathroom sinks as wash bowls. The family bathrooms were to be fitted up with Brighton water closets, manufactured by Meyer Sniffen. The Glessners selected the plainer bowl on the left, as opposed to the more decorative molded version on the right. Water closets came with overhead tanks known as cisterns, which were lined in lead. For the servants' bathrooms, the Hellier short artisan hopper was selected. All water closets were fitted with wooden seats, mahogany for the family, and cherry for the servants. This image of the Glessners' bathroom, taken in 1948, more than a decade after they died, shows the original Meyer Sniffen water closet still in place. Note how the large mahogany seat is shaped more like a chair and is supported on silver-plated legs. The front of the bowl was stamped with the Meyer Sniffen name, partially seen in the image at right. Meyer Sniffen wash bowls were used in all the bathrooms, and these were supported on iron brackets, with the faucets mounted directly to the walls. The tops of the wash bowls were molded to form 2 recessed compartments, the long covered one at left for toothbrushes, and the open one at right for soap. There are no known photos showing the bathtubs. However, the specifications indicate that the bathtubs were built in, with the white tile used on the walls used on the fronts as well. The tubs were made of 20-ounce copper, meaning a 1-foot square piece weighed 20 ounces, which was then tinned and planished or smoothed into shape. The metal was formed over the wood trim to form a lip, as seen here in an image showing part of a foot bath. Also visible is the overflow pipe, which was inserted into the drain pipe and was a couple of inches shorter than the tub itself, preventing water from overflowing. Foot baths were only used in wealthy households, and were usually freestanding, as seen in this example from Meyer Sniffen. Some 19th century doctors believed that cold water and the constant rubbing of the feet could dispel various illnesses and eliminate pain in the head, teeth, and eyes. The 3 foot baths in Glessner House were built in with tile fronts, just like the bathtubs. All of the bathtubs, even those in the servants' bathrooms, were equipped with a shampoo hose attachment, a real luxury of the day. Meyer Sniffen offered all of their fixtures in brass, nickel, and silver plate, the Glessner House being fitted throughout with silver plate. Imagine how much polishing this involved. Towels were hung on 3-arm towel bars, such as this example documented in Francis Glessner Lee's cottage at the Rocks. Each of the 3 arms could swivel independently, allowing the towels to be separated from each other to dry. The guest bathroom off of the main hall and the 2 servants' bathrooms were fitted up with wood wainscoting, extending 4 feet up from the floor. The guest bathroom was oak, the servants' bathrooms were pine. The 3 family bathrooms featured plain white 6-inch glazed tiles on the floors and for the wainscoting, which extended 5 feet up from the floor and was capped with oak trim. As noted earlier, this was used to enclose the bathtubs and foot baths as well. An interesting note regarding the tile is that it was the identical tile Richardson selected for his own private bathroom, shown here. The final meeting between the Glessners and Richardson took place in his bedroom due to his declining health, and John Glessner gave a detailed description of the bathroom, including its white glazed tile. The tile was manufactured by the Burroughs and Mountford Patent Tile Works, located in Trenton, New Jersey, a major pottery center in the United States. The company was founded in 1879, and a write-up from 1887, the year Glessner House was completed, specifically mentions that the company was known for its white tile for use in bathrooms. When the Glessners moved into their home on December 1, 1887, one of the great luxuries was the extensive use of indoor plumbing throughout, at a time when only a tiny fraction of U.S. homes had any type of indoor plumbing at all. It truly was a modern house, not just in design, but with the incorporation of up-to-date household technologies. Tune in next time, when Part 2 will explore how surviving documentation guided the restoration of the partial bath off of the main hall that is still used by guests today.